The story dives into the world of Pick Me Up, a mysterious and intriguing adventure that's about to unfold. We're on the 9th chapter, and things are about to get interesting. Welcome to Floor 4. The mission is simple but deadly: subjugation. The goal? Annihilate all the enemies. It's do or die, folks. As the heroes prepare to tackle the fierce challenge on Floor 4, they're greeted by a formidable foe. This fierce creature, with wings like a dark angel, stands in their path, ready to throw down. The scene opens with a terrifying sight of monstrous creatures, all fangs and fury, ready to unleash chaos. These beasts, with their fiery red eyes and razor-sharp teeth, seem to be on a warpath, creating a sense of impending doom. In the midst of this chaos, we see a group of human warriors. One of them, with a nervous but determined look, yells out, "Well, be in your care," while another tries to calm the nerves, saying, "Don't be nervous." These brave souls are gearing up for a battle, with shields at the ready, as ominous green tendrils swirl around them. A confident voice breaks the tension, reminding the group, "You guys are just shields. You don't need to push yourselves with the attack." It's a strategic reminder that their role is crucial, but they don't have to bear the burden of the offensive. The team, clad in armor and resolve, prepares to hold the line against the monstrous onslaught. A red-haired warrior promises backup with a spear and arrows, prepping for the chaos ahead. With a mighty shout, two warriors charge forward, fueled by determination and maybe just a little bit of adrenaline. As the fighters rally, the message is clear. Even the underdogs have their own style when it comes to combat. The heat is on as our brave hero is locked in an intense struggle against a beastly adversary. A terrifying clawed hand slams into his shield, sending shockwaves through the air. Despite the pressure, he manages to hold his ground, though not without a grunt of pain. This battle is no joke, folks. In another scene of this adrenaline-pumping fight, we see our hero taking a swing at the creature. The beast leaps back, narrowly dodging the attack. Our guy's got his game face on, showcasing some serious sword skills as he attempts to take down this wild opponent. With a sense of urgency, someone shouts, "That's the formation," signaling that the battle plan is in motion. The scene is charged with anticipation as the characters brace themselves for the fight. In the midst of the chaos, a blonde warrior, looking slightly frazzled, races into position with a spear in hand. Meanwhile, a green-skinned adversary appears ready to pounce, adding to the intense atmosphere of the battleground. Amidst the swirling chaos of the battlefield, our blonde hero, sporting a determined gaze, dishes out some sage advice. Instead of individual power, combine all your strength. Sounds like he's trying to lead the charge with some teamwork magic. As the battle rages on, the air is thick with the sound of weapons clashing and ominous cries. Blood splatters everywhere, painting the scene with a rather grim palette. Out of the blue, or should I say, out of the shadows, a mysterious dark-haired figure enters the scene. And guess what? They're not picking up a weapon, but instead declaring, "I'm not going to fight." Oh, the plot thickens. Our hero, with an air of quiet confidence, declares he can handle the stage all by himself. But in a noble twist, he decides to step back, letting his teammates shine and hone their skills. The stage is cleared. Geety and Hansen have leveled up, and Jenna takes the MVP crown. It's like a gaming party where everyone gets to share the loot. Rewards rain down like confetti at a parade: 2,000 gold, iron ore, and leather. It's payday, folks. In the battlefield aftermath, two enigmatic figures, clad in armor, share a victorious handshake. They're talking about missions on the 5th floor, and one mission that seems too daunting to tackle solo. Switching scenes to a mystical fountain backdrop, a group of 3 individuals waits eagerly. One of them, with striking red hair, asks about the mission outcome. With arms slung over his comrades, the blonde-haired warrior, exuding confidence, cheekily asserts that the mission was a piece of cake, emphasizing their tight-knit bond. We eavesdrop on a conversation between a mysterious figure with fiery red hair and our dark-haired protagonist, who both agree that they did good. This pair seems to be on the same wavelength, nodding in approval. As the dialogue unfolds, we're clued in on a mysterious master who has been off the grid more than usual. What could this mean? Is the master in trouble or just on a really long coffee break? The scene shifts to a picturesque building, a quaint little spot that screams important plot point ahead. This could either be a cozy hideout or a place of great significance for our characters. In the second 10 pull, the group added a blacksmith and a tanner to their team, and they're now churning out equipment like nobody's business. The blacksmith and tanner, teaming up with the carpenter, are busy crafting E-rank swords and shields. It's like an assembly line of medieval goodness. These E-rank weapons are handed to the fresh-faced heroes, giving them a fighting chance in the wild world out there. Meanwhile, the main party gets the VIP treatment with top-notch equipment. The scene opens with two warriors striking a pose. The tall one, dressed in black, looks like he's contemplating the mysteries of the universe, while his blonde buddy grips a spear, ready to take on any challenge thrown their way. The leaves around them add a touch of drama, as if nature itself acknowledges their awesomeness. Enter the red-haired warrior lady, adding a splash of color and charisma to the scene. Her confident grin and vibrant outfit signal that she's not just tagging along, she's here to make a statement. Her presence amps up the energy, turning this duo into a dynamic trio. As the camera pans down, we catch a glimpse of the red-haired warrior's unique fashion sense. Her thigh-high boots and stylish ensemble suggest she's ready for action and to turn heads while doing it. The floating leaves continue their dance, as if celebrating the arrival of these heroes. And 3 people who weren't active were synthesized. They were people who never came to the training hall and said that they would run away while looking for the exit. The scene shifts to a grand, mysterious building, and we see several cards, one of which reveals a person with a blurred face, adding to the intrigue. Among them was Dolph, who had lied about his title. After a few days passed, we find a character pondering, is today the 4th floor again? They've got a determined look, suggesting they want to move up the ladder. It's all about leveling up here, folks. With a glint of determination, they declare, I want to go to the next floor. Clearly, someone's ready for a new challenge. Meanwhile, Isel is mentioned, hinting at a plan to meet later. Switching scenes, we see a character with slick black hair and a fierce expression, likely our main adventurer, confirming their goal with a tiny, sassy fairy yelling, I think so. The red-haired companion can't believe it, exclaiming, oh, we're really going to the 5th floor. Looks like the squad's ready for some action. With the sun peeking through the clouds, a new character with striking red hair and a mysterious cloak stands alongside another figure, seemingly preparing for an intriguing journey. The air is filled with anticipation, as these two appear to be planning something big. As the group walks through a grand archway, one character, probably the leader judging by the confident stance, advises everyone to stay on their toes. Don't get too comfy, all right, he warns, in a tone that's both relaxed and commanding. The team acknowledges the advice with a mix of seriousness and playfulness. One of them cheerfully responds, well, keep that in mind, as they stride forward with determination, ready to face whatever lies ahead. An endless white void fills the screen, giving the sensation of vast emptiness. It's like staring into the abyss of nothingness, or maybe just a really blank canvas waiting for some action. The void gives way to a burst of energy, radiating blue light that seems to shatter the silence. Sparks of energy scatter everywhere, like fireworks at a cosmic New Year's party. The explosion continues to expand, casting streaks of light and filling the space with vibrant energy. It's as if the universe just hit the on switch, and things are about to get real. The scene opens with a towering structure standing defiantly against the backdrop of a gloomy sky. Its old, cracked stones paint a picture of resilience, but the crows circling above whisper tales of abandonment. A glimpse through tattered drapes reveals a street lined with dilapidated houses. These buildings, with their chipped paint and broken shutters, seem to be holding their breath, waiting for something or someone to break the silence. Amidst the eerie quiet, a broken fence stands as a lone sentinel beside a path littered with debris. Shadows cast by the setting sun dance ominously on the jagged rocks, hinting at stories of the past and secrets yet untold. In the midst of a chaotic scene, a grand building stands with its windows smashed and walls bearing the scars of recent turmoil. A group of 4 warriors suddenly teleports into the scene, landing in a glowing blue circle on the cobblestone street. A voice breaks the tension as one of the warriors notes the absence of monsters, hinting at the unpredictability of their mission. The scene opens with an air of tension and anticipation as a group of characters gathers, ready to embark on a mission. The setting seems to be a room with a window showing cracks, hinting at previous chaos. The main character in focus has dark hair and appears deep in thought, possibly the leader of this operation. In the background, two other individuals are present, one holding a helmet, suggesting a readiness for action. Orders are being barked out, and there's no room for hesitation. First, we'll head to the city center and determine the situation. Fall into line, declares a confident voice. The response is sharp and unanimous. Yes, sir, indicating a disciplined and organized group ready to follow the lead. The atmosphere shifts to a street view as our main character observes the desolation. The city is empty, and not only the monsters, but there aren't any civilians either, he notes with a mix of concern and determination. This revelation sets the stage for a mysterious and perhaps dangerous mission ahead. Our story unfolds in a gritty environment where a shadowy figure drops a bombshell. This isn't a subjugation mission. Uh-oh, sounds like someone's been reading the mission briefing upside down. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered by a terrified yell. Ah-ack! Somebody's having a bad hair day, or maybe they've just seen their reflection after a night out. Either way, things are getting spicy. In the heat of the moment, we see another character frantically waving, Ha-hyung-nim, here, over here. Clearly, someone's in need of a GPS, or maybe just a hug. The suspense is real. The scene opens with an ominous sound effect breaking the silence, hinting at something unsettling. A chilling sight reveals a skeleton in tattered clothing against a metallic wall, suggesting a grim history. The camera zooms in on the skeletal remains, emphasizing the eerie and mysterious atmosphere. In this deserted town, a blonde-haired character wonders about the absence of people despite the presence of buildings. Our red-haired friend notices dried-up bloodstains, adding to the mystery of the place. Our dark-haired protagonist shares that this situation is a far cry from what they've faced before, indicating that their current predicament is on a whole new level. He then turns to Jenna, asking if she can climb the clock tower, possibly to get a better view of this eerie place. A towering structure stands firm, while a voice echoes, "Yes, sir." The scene sets the tone for a mission that's about to heat up. A swift transition reveals a fiery-haired woman with a cape fluttering behind her, poised above the city like a hawk ready to dive. Perched high, the redhead, with a freckled face and determined eyes, jestingly reports her view of the cityscape to the team below, showcasing her sharp wit and keen observation skills. The scene opens with debris and chaos. A red-haired woman stands silently with an expression filled with ellipses, indicating her bewilderment or shock. Miss Jenna, sporting fiery red hair and a focused gaze, is trying to make sense of the chaos around her. She voices her desire to have misinterpreted what she's witnessing, but a lingering doubt remains. A voice calls out to Miss Jenna, asking her what she sees. The voice comes from a blonde-haired individual standing atop a tower, looking down with concern. In the shadow of a grand clock tower, a young man with a sword strapped to his back shouts out, "Please wait!" His voice echoes through the bustling medieval town square, filled with cobblestone streets and old stone buildings. Clearly, he's in a hurry, but who's he chasing after? Or is he just late for brunch? Just around the corner, a fiery splash of red hair peeks into view. This character, with a look of uncertainty, wonders aloud, "Is this okay? For it to be like this?" Something's definitely up, and their expression suggests they might be questioning the very fabric of reality, or maybe just their choice of breakfast cereal. The fiery-haired character's full profile comes into view, eyes wide with concern, a single bead of sweat tracing down their cheek. Their fierce orange eyes and freckled face suggest both determination and a hint of vulnerability. They're clearly pondering some heavy stuff, but what could it be? Amidst the swirling dust and ominous skies, someone urgently reports the presence of a horde of goblins lurking outside the city. It's a classic case of troubles a-brewin', and the stakes are rising fast. Meanwhile, our mysterious hero, with a sword slung across his back and rocking a serious expression, confirms the worst. Those goblins are marching straight for the city gates. It's like your worst Monday morning, but with goblins. As the tension mounts, our brave protagonist demands to know the scale of their problem, shouting, "How many?" It's the question of the hour, and the answer could mean the difference between a skirmish and an all-out battle. The scene opens with an overwhelming sight of goblins, thousands of them. Their numbers send shivers down the spine as a voice exclaims the impossible count of the horde. As the camera zooms in, the goblins reveal their menacing features, glowing red eyes and sharp fangs ready to pounce. The sound of their charge fills the air, each step drawing them closer. The stage is set with a daunting challenge. Floor 5. The mission is simple yet terrifying. Survive the horde of enemies. Goblin count? A staggering 1,846, each one a potential threat to survival. The darkness is pierced by the glowing red eyes of a fierce and terrifying creature. This ain't your usual bedtime story, folks. Looks like something big and bad is about to go down. A blonde guy, clearly freaking out, is shouting from the top of a tower. He's not thrilled about the whole 1,000 goblins situation. His buddy confirms the nightmare, wishing it was all just a bad dream. But nope, goblins are real, and there's a ton of them. A mysterious black-haired dude with a sword and shield stands firm. His back to us, he keeps it cool, telling the tower guy to come down for now. Looks like he's got a plan, or he's just too chill for his own good. Amidst the rubble of a dark and eerie alley, a blonde-haired warrior asks his comrade, Hung Nim, did something go wrong? The tension is palpable, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath. Another character, donning a jacket that matches the brooding atmosphere, calmly reassures the group. Don't be scared. This mission isn't subjugation, but survival, he explains, as if he's done this 100 times before. We just need to stay alive for a certain amount of time. As the group pushes forward, their eyes land on a forbidding sign. You cannot enter this area. Yet, the question lingers in the air. We can hide then, right? The uncertainty crackles around them like electricity. Amidst the chaos, one of our characters suggests, let's change our location first. It's clear they're in a tight spot and need to regroup. As they rush through the scene, another voice pipes up. How long do we need to survive for? It's a heart-pounding race against time as they dash away with determination. The answer comes quickly, 10 minutes. After the enemies arrive, we just need to stay alive for 10 minutes. With a newfound sense of hope, the reply is a confident, then that's doable. The scene opens with an intense close-up of a mysterious character's face, his eyes sharp and full of determination. Sweat trickles down his cheek, indicating the pressure he's under. The character mutters under his breath, our luck isn't good. Clearly, things aren't going as planned, and he's not too happy about it. Then we see a digital timer, ominously set at 30, ticking away the seconds, adding to the tension in the air. The possibility of a party surviving a survival mission from past floors was 9%. Our dynamic duo knows this all too well and decides to ditch the main streets for the safety of an alley. Avoid the main streets. Let's go to an alley, one of them suggests, giving us a glimpse of their strategic thinking. With a quick okay, they sprint forward, dodging the perils that lie ahead. The background shows a grand archway and towering buildings, indicating a cityscape filled with both opportunity and threat. The discussion continues as they ponder their options, wary of the dangers lurking in low-rise buildings. Isn't there a better place? One of them questions, reflecting their uncertainty and the gravity of their situation. The scene is set in a dilapidated building with two characters in a serious discussion. One of them, with dark hair and a tactical look, comments on the lack of good buildings around, predicting an inevitable breakthrough. He stresses that they lack the luxury of time to find another place. As the tension builds, the decision is made. Let's go with this location, declares one of the strategists, setting the course of action despite the looming danger. The camera pans out, revealing a group of warriors, each armed and ready. Among them, a red-haired figure stands out, bringing a splash of color to the dusty ruins. Shields and swords at the ready, they are clearly gearing up for a confrontation in this chosen location. The passageway is small, so we just need to fight one at a time. It doesn't matter if they're in the thousands. Yeah, we'll try it, says an enthusiastic character rallying the team. I'll take the left passageway, and Aaron will take the right. Both Geedy and Hansen will take the back passageway. Amidst a backdrop of crumbling ruins, a squad of adventurers gathers. The blonde leader, wielding a spear, suggests a tag team strategy for fighting. He advises everyone to conserve their energy and take turns in the battle. "Let's fight while taking turns," he says. "Don't help out and use the time to catch your breath." Okay? A chorus of "okay" echoes in the air, signaling unanimous agreement. The leader then turns his attention to Jenna, the fiery redhead of the group. He instructs her to hold position in the middle of the intersection, emphasizing caution with her arrows. "Jenna, you'll be on standby in the middle of the intersection. Use your arrows sparingly and only shoot when I tell you to." Jenna, cloaked in green with a quiver of arrows slung over her shoulder, nods in understanding. Her face is obscured, but her voice is clear. All right, the plan is set, and the team gears up for what's sure to be an intense showdown. Before the goblins arrive, make a barricade. Our protagonist, with a serious expression, is barking orders to ensure everyone understands the gravity of the situation. He's not just about shouting orders, he's all about survival. If they get through one passageway, it's game over for everyone. In the next frame, we see another character, sleeves rolled up and all, tearing into some hefty-looking material. With a loud, "We got it," he's diving headfirst into the task. This is teamwork at its finest, folks. And then, bam! A timer pops up showing 30. It's ticking down, and you know what that means. Pressure's on, baby. Whatever's coming, they've got half an hour to get their act together. Tick-tock goes the clock. Our hero, sporting a determined look and a bead of sweat trickling down his cheek, grips a piece of wood tightly. He mutters about a 30-minute deadline, stressing the urgency of the situation. You can almost hear the clock ticking, right? He speculates that the timer isn't just some random lobby countdown, but is synced with the real-world time. The real kicker? It starts the moment they face the goblins. No pressure, right? Suddenly, the atmosphere is pierced by a foreboding sound, kong-kong, like a suspenseful drumbeat. It's like the universe itself is setting the stage for an epic showdown. With the sun setting and shadows creeping in, our hero stands at the entrance of an alley. His eyes are fixated on a peculiar creature scuttling across the cobblestones. It's not your everyday squirrel. This one's packing some serious fang action and a menacing aura. Zooming in on the creature, its glowing red eyes and razor-sharp teeth are enough to give anyone the chills. It lets out a growl that echoes through the alley, hinting at its ferocity and unpredictability. As if things weren't intense enough, a digital timer suddenly pops up in the scene. The red digits read 29:59, setting the stage for a countdown that screams something big is about to go down. The scene opens with a sense of urgency as a character exclaims in frustration, "Damn it! We couldn't even finish building the barricade." Clearly, things aren't going according to plan, and the situation is getting out of hand. In the heat of the moment, the character with messy black hair and a determined look rushes towards a pile of debris. The barricade is incomplete, but there's no time to waste. Our hero, with a fierce expression, launches an attack or perhaps defends against something. His determination is palpable as he swings with all his might, showing he's not going down without a fight. A mysterious warrior is in the thick of battle, wielding a glowing blade with incredible skill and power. The air is thick with tension as the weapon slices through the chaos. The action is so intense that the scene almost explodes with energy, with a flurry of movements and sounds capturing the sheer ferocity of the battle. A pack of ferocious beasts with glowing red eyes and wild, untamed energy charges into the fray, their presence heightening the chaos as they unleash their fury. The beast roars in fury, its sharp teeth bared as it lunges forward, creating a whirlwind of destruction. Its eyes gleam with a feral intensity, promising nothing but chaos. As the beast charges, our mysterious fighter remains unfazed, turning swiftly with a shield in hand. The two collide with a resounding clash, sending debris flying in all directions as the battle reaches a fever pitch. In the midst of this chaotic dance, a voice breaks through the noise. "You shit!" the fighter exclaims, their voice a mix of determination and exasperation as they brace for the next wave of attack. An army of ferocious, snarling beasts bursts onto the scene, their eyes ablaze with fury and mischief. They look like they just came out of a horror movie. But this is real life, folks. The monsters let out a spine-tingling shriek, probably their battle cry, echoing through the chaotic atmosphere. You can almost feel the ground shake. Our red-haired heroine, with eyes sharp as ever, calls out to her partner, who seems to be leaping into action like a ninja on caffeine. She's got that determined look on her face, ready to tackle whatever comes their way. Her partner seems to be giving his all, charging forward with a whirlwind of energy. In the midst of a heated battle, our mysterious fighter is quick to pick up on his opponent's predictable strategy. He mutters to himself about the block and then stab pattern, clearly preparing to exploit this weakness. The action escalates as the opponent swings into action, delivering a taunting remark. "If you're stupid, you should act like it." This only fuels the intensity of their encounter. The air is suddenly filled with a piercing scream, "Kya!" a testament to the high stakes and ferocity of this showdown. In the midst of chaos, we find ourselves face to face with some seriously gnarly beasts. These creatures are not your friendly neighborhood puppies. They've got razor-sharp fangs and glowing red eyes that scream danger. Our heroes are clearly in a tight spot, with one of them exclaiming, "Ha! These bastards, seriously." It's clear they're feeling the heat. The plan is simple, yet daunting. Survive for just 10 minutes. Sounds easy? Not with these monsters breathing down their necks. Amidst the swirling chaos, one of our brave souls, with determination etched on his face, charges forward, showing that they're not going down without a fight. It's a desperate struggle for survival against the odds. Our protagonist, looking intense and more serious than a heart attack, demands, "Have I ever lied to you?" Clearly, things are getting spicy. Then, a knife makes its dramatic entrance, suggesting that the situation is about to get even more heated. Cue the suspenseful music. Suddenly, a digital timer pops up, showing 26:48. What could this countdown mean? Is it a bomb? A cooking timer? Only time will tell. The scene is set in a shadowy abyss where ominous creatures with glowing red eyes and sharp claws start emerging. These eerie entities seem to be crawling out from the depths. Their sinister presence is enough to give anyone the chills. The camera pans across more of these nightmarish beings, their numbers increasing. The red glow of their eyes pierces through the darkness, making it clear that this is just the beginning of something terrifying. As the view shifts again, it's almost as if a whole army of these creatures is revealed, each one with an even more menacing snarl than the last. The sheer volume and intensity of their presence suggests that something big is about to go down. Emerging from the shadows, a horde of terrifying creatures with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp teeth leap forward. Their menacing presence fills the scene with dread as they claw their way towards an unseen target. A defiant voice pierces through the chaos. "We can't die in a place like this." The sheer determination in those words echoes as if to challenge the very fate looming over them. Suddenly, the tension is interrupted by a bright promotional flash, reminding us of where to catch the latest adventures and keep up with the story. Meet Party 1. We've got Jenna Siré leading the charge, her red hair matching her fiery spirit. Next up, Islat Han, a man wrapped in mystery. Aaron Delcut is bringing some blonde charm to the party, while Gideon Hansen round off the group with their unique styles. In the enigmatic world of pick-me-up, Infinite Gotcha, we're greeted by an intriguing character. A shadowy figure, cloaked in a hood, with glowing eyes that seem to pierce through the darkness, sets the stage for the thrilling adventure ahead. The title of the manhwa Pick-me-up is introduced, setting the stage for the adventure to unfold in Chapter 10. The scene opens with a panoramic view of a medieval-style town basked in the golden hues of sunset, giving off a serene yet mysterious vibe. The scene opens with a close-up of a monstrous face, its eyes glowing ominously red and mouth agape, revealing sharp, menacing teeth. It looks like this creature is ready to cause some serious havoc. The creature, resembling some sort of demonic beast, is in motion, charging forward with a fierce determination. Its wild hair and savage expression add to its terrifying presence. As the beast continues its charge, we catch a glimpse of a figure in the shadows, possibly its target, or maybe an unsuspecting hero about to face this terrifying foe. The motion lines suggest a swift and dynamic confrontation is about to unfold. Our protagonist, with a determined and fierce expression, is caught in the heat of battle. Sweat drips down his face as he yells, commanding his comrades with urgency. Geet is instructed to switch places with Hansen amidst the chaos, but Hansen, catching his breath, insists he can keep going. Despite Hansen's protests, the command is clear and sharp. Shut up! Just do as I say! The battlefield is intense, with comrades pushing forward, including a red-haired ally right behind Hansen. In the midst of chaos, the scene captures a heated battle. A character with dark hair and a determined expression is seen engaging in a fierce fight. The dynamic motion suggests the intensity of the clash. Our protagonist is feeling the heat, literally and figuratively. As sweat drips down his face, he mentally curses his lack of stamina. The struggle is real, folks. Adding to his woes, he acknowledges his low skill level, realizing that his techniques aren't cutting it in this brawl. The fight seems as tough as Monday mornings after a long weekend. As the dust settles, our unnamed hero crouches with a large sword in hand, the weight of his actions visibly pressing down on him. He seems to be pondering the consequences of his earlier actions. A voice, perhaps an inner thought or a wise friend's advice, floats in. He got all excited and wasted too much strength. A classic case of too much adrenaline and not enough strategy, eh? Then, in a bold statement, it hits, one slash is enough. Sometimes, all it takes is one well-placed move to turn the tide. Words to live by. Our hero is in the thick of battle. His strategy is clear. One slash per monster to maximize efficiency while conserving stamina. His expression is fierce as he declares, I'll stab, slash, and stab again. Despite their numbers, these monsters are weak, comparable to those on the first floor. Our protagonist seems unimpressed, noting their lack of strength. But then, the sheer number of glowing red eyes in the darkness becomes apparent. He realizes the challenge isn't their strength, but their overwhelming numbers, exclaiming, way too fucking many. The scene is intense as a swarm of fearsome creatures with glowing eyes and sharp fangs rushes forward, seemingly unfazed by the danger. The tension is high as someone questions their lack of fear. Our protagonist, with a determined and urgent expression, yells out "switch again," signaling a tactical adjustment in the face of the relentless enemy. As the dust and chaos swirl around, a call for Hansen echoes, suggesting a crucial moment where this character's action or support is needed. A young warrior, clearly under pressure, exclaims, "All right," as he acknowledges the perilous situation unfolding before him. He notes that a particular spot is in the most danger, indicating the intensity of the battle they're engaged in. The situation escalates as another character with messy black hair instructs Jenna to help Geety and continue gathering the arrows. The tension in his voice highlights the urgency and chaos of the battlefield. Jenna, with her striking red hair and fierce demeanor, confidently states, "I've been waiting," showing her readiness to jump into action as she skillfully collects arrows amidst the ongoing battle. In the midst of a fierce battle, we see a nimble fighter showcasing some serious moves. They're not just any moves. These are the kind that makes you want to pick up a sword and join the action, even if you might accidentally trip over your own feet. The atmosphere is electric, and the stakes are high. As the dust settles momentarily, a commanding voice cuts through the chaos, calling out to Jenna. The mission? Take out any goblins that dare to cross over. It's clear that teamwork is the name of the game here, and Jenna's got a crucial role to play in this high-stakes showdown. And there it is, the face of danger itself. A goblin with a mouthful of sharp teeth, looking like it just bit into a particularly spicy piece of chicken. Our hero demands confirmation from Jenna. Got it? The urgency in their voice echoes the dire situation, as this goblin menace isn't going to take itself down. In the midst of a chaotic scene, a voice commands, "Yes, sir," while another voice urgently shouts, "Han!" The atmosphere is tense, and something intense is happening off the screen. A blonde warrior, with sweat glistening on his skin, braces himself for battle, his eyes filled with determination as he swings his weapon with all his might. The background blurs with movement, highlighting the fierceness of the fight. A voice questions the passage of time. "Did you say it'd be 10 minutes?" Indicating a pressing deadline looming over the chaotic scene, adding a layer of urgency to their actions. The tension is palpable as our protagonist, drenched in sweat, exclaims in disbelief that it's only been 5 minutes. Time sure flies when you're fighting for your life, doesn't it? The scene cuts to a whirlwind of motion and sound effects, further emphasizing the intensity of the ongoing battle. The urgency is real, folks. And bam! Enter the beast. This ferocious creature with its glowing red eyes and menacing fangs is charging in, ready to cause some serious damage. It's like a nightmare come to life. The scene is chaotic, debris flying everywhere as our red-haired warrior unleashes her fury. She's had enough of these pesky foes and shouts, "Stop coming up already, fucking nuisances." It's clear she's not here to play games. With her battle gear on point, this fierce lady is ready to kick some serious butt. Her expression says it all. She's in full warrior mode, and those nuisances better watch out. Suddenly, a loud "ack" pierces the air, indicating the intense struggle between the forces. The battle's noise is deafening, and the outcome is still hanging in the balance. The scene opens with a bang, literally. Our man, Gide, just got hit with a critical strike, and it's not looking pretty, folks. There's blood and chaos all around, and you can almost hear the ominous soundtrack playing in the background. The stakes are high as we see a notification that Gide is bleeding out like a leaky faucet, and his HP is ticking down faster than a countdown clock. Time to switch things up as someone is shouting for Hansen to take the wheel. The battlefield is a hot mess. Gide's comrades are yelling for him to hang in there. But let's be real, it's easier said than done when you're knee-deep in trouble and bleeding all over the place. The team's in a frenzy, but they're determined to keep moving forward, ignoring the guy who's already down. In the heat of battle, our young warrior is having a rough time, clutching his side and letting out a painful as he's urged to take a fallen comrade's spot and fend off the goblins. But even as his body protests, the mission demands action. With a fierce expression, another warrior yells at the injured guy, telling him to quit whining like a baby. He promises that the healing magic will fix him up once they're back, but right now, it's go time. Guide has taken a nosedive into a pit of fear. His stats are dropping like it's hot, reduced by a whopping 30%. Gide's staring at his hand like it's betrayed him, mumbling in disbelief. My hand. Clearly, something's gone terribly wrong. Our hero finds himself in the heat of battle, dodging a brutal attack from a monstrous creature. With a fiery glare, he mutters, "Damn," as the monster, with its fierce red eyes and sharp teeth, lunges at him. The battle rages on with no signs of slowing down. Our hero, undeterred, yells vermin at the monstrous foe, showing he's not backing down as he strikes with all his might. The scene is filled with explosive action as the impact of their clash echoes through the battlefield, displaying the sheer intensity of their encounter. In a frantic moment, a voice shouts, "Pull yourself together." The stress is real, folks. Someone's clearly messing up, and it might cost them everything. A guy with dirt on his face, looking all kinds of stressed, apologizes with a stammering sorry. Poor dude's having a rough day. The tension ramps up as a character named Jenny is ordered to stop someone's bleeding. Meanwhile, the stakes are raised. If Gide doesn't switch, Hansen is a goner. The scene erupts with intensity as a woman, dressed in a green cloak and seemingly bound, grits her teeth and lets out a defiant cuke. Okay, she's not going down without a fight, that's for sure. As the dust settles, we catch a glimpse of our hero, a young man with black, slightly messy hair and a grim look on his face. He's clearly not in the mood for chit-chat as he dashes forward, eyes locked on his target. With a fierce determination, our hero lunges forward, his movements a blur. The air crackles with tension as he unleashes a powerful strike, the force of which sends shockwaves through the battlefield. In the heat of the moment, someone shouts, "Go back in, you bastards," as chaos unfurls around them. A warrior clad in battle-worn attire grips his sword with resolve, ready to strike with full force. The air crackles with energy as the battlefield explodes with power, the enemies recoiling from the ferocious attack. Brace yourselves, folks. We're being welcomed by a terrifying horde of monstrous creatures, all fangs and fury, charging like they just heard about a free buffet. The tension rises as we meet our young warrior, who's in a bit of a pickle. He's shouting to Han, clearly stressing because his swords decided to play dull at the worst possible moment. Our warrior's face is a portrait of desperation, giving it his all in a shout, trying to make sure Han hears him over the monstrous chaos. Guido, with a determined spirit despite the blurry face, is asked if he can switch roles in the heat of battle. The response is a firm yes. "I can fight," indicating his readiness to step up and fight. The tension is palpable as the word switch is commanded. Hansen, another warrior, is called upon to step out and repair the sword, indicating the dire need for weapon maintenance amidst the scene is set with an intense battle cry, "Kook," as our protagonist braces himself for the clash. He acknowledges, "I expected this," showing his awareness and readiness for the fight. Despite wielding a better-than-average iron sword, he notes its limitation. Even though this is better than the F-rank old iron sword, it's still just a normal iron sword. Our protagonist charges forward with a ferocious roar, his face a mask of determination and raw energy. His black hair and piercing eyes reflect the intensity of the battle as he pushes his limits to overpower the enemies. The warrior's voice echoes with confidence and strategy. "We can kill goblins even without the blade on the sword," he asserts. His battle-worn cloak flares as he moves, and he continues, "If swords don't work, then use the shield," showcasing his strategic mindset in the face of adversity. In the heat of the battle, our protagonist, a fearless warrior with messy black hair and a determined look, swings his mighty blade with ferocity. He's going head-to-head with a spiky green monster, and it looks like he's giving it a run for its money. As the dust settles from that epic slash, a blonde warrior with striking blue eyes and a bit of dirt on his face shouts out a command. "Jenna, switch with Aaron," he orders, clearly strategizing their next move in this chaotic brawl. Jenna, rocking a hooded battle attire, grips her weapon tightly, protesting that she can still fight. But the voice of reason reminds her to take a breather while she can. Sometimes, even the toughest warriors need to catch their breath. Meet our fiery warrior with blazing red hair and a spirit to match. She's charging ahead with an intensity that would make even the bravest hesitate. "Don't be stubborn," echoes a voice, urging persistence. Only 3 minutes stand between them and, well, something big. As the countdown continues, a young man, looking like he's been through the ringer, roars with all he's got, urging to hang on for just 3 more minutes. Damn it, I don't remember 30 minutes being this long. The tension is palpable as our hero struggles against the relentless enemy. "Aaron, switch with Jenna." Already, the urgency in the air is undeniable as decisions must be made quickly. Don't worry, even 10 seconds is a long break. Jenna, with her fiery red hair and determined spirit, calms the situation, reminding everyone of the importance of every moment. Amidst the chaos of battle, a hasty but crucial command is given. "Hansen, switch." The urgency in the voice suggests that things are heating up on the battlefield. As the dust settles for a brief moment, another order is shouted out. "Jenna, shoot arrows on Hansen's side." Clearly, there's no time for dilly-dallying in this skirmish. Jenna, the red-haired archer, seems taken aback by the sudden instruction. Her what? But hints at either surprise or hesitation. But hey, in these situations, it's all about thinking on your feet. The scene opens with a close-up of a quiver filled with arrows, hinting at an impending action-packed moment. A character, visibly stressed with sweat and determination etched on their face, exclaims, "Damn it, there's only those." Clearly, they're feeling the pressure of the situation. Another character shouts a rallying cry, "Well, all die if they break through on his side anyway. Use all of your arrows." A confident response of "all right" follows, showcasing the urgency and teamwork needed in this dire moment. Meet our fiery redhead, rocking a battle-ready look with her braided hair and a fierce expression. She's unleashing her bow skills, sending arrows speeding towards some unseen foe. Her determination is as sharp as her aim. As the arrows hit their mark, we see the beast in question, a ferocious creature with glowing red eyes and a mouth full of sharp teeth. It's caught in the midst of the chaos as the arrows land, causing an explosion of debris around it. The beast isn't backing down without a fight. Despite the onslaught, it charges forward, its menacing eyes locked onto our hero, surrounded by a whirlwind of dust and fury. The scene zooms into a monstrous, glaring red eye, filled with intensity and rage. The eye seems to be a beacon of the imminent chaos about to unravel. The next moment, a terrifying roar pierces the air as the beast reveals its sharp, menacing fangs. It's ready to strike, swinging its powerful arm with a force that could shake the ground. Amidst the chaos, a mysterious figure appears, skillfully clashing with the beast. The air is electric with tension as the two forces collide in an epic showdown. The scene opens with a young man, his face etched with fatigue and determination, gasping for breath. He manages to utter, "Hansen, switch," amidst his heavy breathing, a clear sign that things are getting serious. Our young man, eyes wide like saucers and drenched in sweat, utters a pained "ugh," as if he's realizing the odds are not in his favor. It's a classic uh-oh moment, folks. A looming figure with a beastly arm stands poised to strike our protagonist. This shadowy creature's presence is downright intimidating, and it looks like things are about to get even more intense. The scene opens with a close-up of a young man's face, dirt and bruises telling tales of the intense struggle he has been through. His eyes are wide open, capturing the raw emotion of the moment. It's clear he's in a tough spot, possibly reflecting on the perilous situation he's in. A fierce exchange echoes in the air, the sound of a powerful attack reverberating. Just beneath the shadow of a looming threat, the scene shifts to reveal a mysterious figure observing the chaos. The tension is palpable as the battle rages on. The clash continues with another intense strike, leaving a trail of destruction. Amidst the chaos, a figure stands firm, their resolve unbroken despite the surrounding turmoil. It's a scene full of action and suspense, teasing the unfolding of a larger narrative. The scene opens with a red-haired warrior, her face blurred but her surprise evident as she exclaims, What?" amidst a chaotic backdrop. It seems like something big and furry just crashed the party, and our heroine is clearly not having it. A loud dramatic sound effect echoes, suggesting a fierce impact or a sudden movement. Whatever's going down, it's making some serious noise. Cut to a determined-looking guy, sweat dripping down his face as he calls out, "Geed." Who's Geed? Is it a friend, a foe, or some sort of mystical power-up? The plot thickens. Geed is on the brink of death. His life is in danger.